Hey guys, yes, we was trying to get this thing straight. We could see you guys' comments. For some apparent reason, I'm not able to see them now. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Yeah, I just had to, try something different. Hopefully that works out for us. But we know, Facebook technology and all that other good stuff. Yeah, it's like that. But yeah, if you guys can hear me, I said earlier before, drop a one in the comment box. Drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. We were discussing, we was in the middle of discussing about storm preparation, natural disasters and all of that good stuff. But yeah, we were saying how, they prepared us while we were in school. I'm pretty sure you guys probably went through it also. Like I said, the storm with the tornado, we had to go in the hallway and, sit on the floor with our backs to the wall. Make sure we weren't near any type of, glass or window, and I think it was hit between the knees, something like that. Earthquake, we had to run up under our desks to make sure nothing don't hit us in the top of the head. What else? Earthquake, tornado. Hurricane is about basically the same thing with the tornado that I can remember. Now, one thing we weren't ready for, it was a big surprise, is the ice storm. If you guys can remember, I think that was in 2000 and I was still in college, so I think that was like 2003 or 4 maybe, if you guys remember the ice storm that we had. Listen, it changed a lot of stuff around here. We were outside, we seen all the ice on the trees, the houses and stuff, the roofs caving in, tree branches all over the roads and stuff. Yeah, it was like very difficult to even get around, because I was driving in the yard one time, after the ice storm, and it was so much ice on the ground. Like we literally, the wheels was just spinning in place, like when we were in the yard. That's how much ice it was, that thick on the ground. And so I'm wondering, like, man, what we gonna do? We can't get out here like that. And so, we basically we took it as, we're gonna be inside for a while. So one thing it was so hard for us to go shopping, even before that, because we know how we shop when we go out, or before a storm comes. And how people, running here, running there, and trying to buy everything on the shelf. Now, one thing that really baffled me, when they were telling us about, going and get your foods and your supplies and stuff before the storm. But one thing baffled me is, like, why would they tell us to go get eggs, milk, bread, and water? Now, my thing, hey guys, come on in. Drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Hopefully I can see you guys' comments now. Drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Oh yeah, we in there now. That's it. Oh yeah. What's up? Let me see. Be right. What's good? It's good to see you. Yeah, guys, drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. But we were talking about the past storms that we encountered. I don't know if you guys remember the ice storm. It was, it was chaotic. Basically, it took us a couple of days before we could actually really go anywhere. And I had to actually, like, schools would cancel. You couldn't. Most businesses weren't open because maybe the power went out, or it was just that difficult to even get to your destinations at that time, because how the roads were like covered with ice, like thick. And I'm not talking about the ice you step on and just break apart. No, it was pretty thick in some areas. And so I ended up having to go to drive to Orangeburg to go get one of my friends, because they were closing everything down, and so they weren't able to go home. And so my parents allowed one of my friends to come and try to sit here and wait until they're able to go home. And so driving down the road, it's like everything was straight white. Like it looked, now I'm gonna tell you the look of it looked amazing, because the way it was. But at the same point in time, you driving down the road, most of the trees, inside the road, they're hanging across the road. So it was kind of hard to even watch for, limbs and ice falling out the trees, let alone you had to make sure you didn't hit what they call it black ice. And so like I said, it was totally, it caught us way off guard. We didn't know anything about being in an ice storm like that. Now, snow, maybe, yeah, get a few inches, yeah, they close up everything, but the ice, but we were never prepared for the ice. But they always, they tell us to have, your storm prepare, or your preparation for storms. And so they tell you how to have your first aid kits. They tell you to go get your water and your bread and your non-perishable food items. Non-perishable. And so don't go out there and just drop go ahead and get all this stuff, and then all this stuff go sour when your power go out and stuff. What's up, Tangy? Come on in, yo. Come on in. It's good to see you. Drop a 1 in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Please drop a 1 in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Yeah, guys. But with the ice storm, it was like all over the place. Like all the things they told us to have. Make sure we had candles. For some of some parents, we always had candles all around the house. And flashlights, extra batteries, and I think if you had a generator, you make sure your gas was stocked up. And even with that, it was kind of difficult to even get to the pumps, because there were so many people going to the pumps and trying to get gas and stuff, whether it's in their cars or for their generators. And so but it's one thing we all can agree on, if we ever been in a storm or whatever it is, natural disaster. We always know if you don't go to the stores early, you might end up with nothing. You would have to be driving all around town and going to the next city and all kind of stuff just to find stuff to put in your house. And we see this, and I've even experienced it when I was working at Home Depot. And so it was literally bonkers. People coming in and buying wood. They coming in and buying generators. Anything that could get them through the storm, they was trying to get. And I mean, they bought up everything. And some of the storms really weren't that bad. With some of the flooding, they were saying some of the rainstorms we had. And it may be a tornado coming. But at the same point in time, they ended up buying all of this stuff. I mean, cleared the shelves. But at the same point in time, when everything was over, everybody bringing back generators and stuff. So it was like, okay, we already know what's going to happen. They're going to buy up everything. And then, they're not, the box ain't even open. Some of the things we got, the box wasn't even cracked open. So they went in and bought all of this stuff, and then they ended up bringing back, the generator, which is kind of cool for them, because they get their money back for something they never did use. But why not just go ahead and keep it for the next time, and then you got to go back in the store and hopefully they have one on the shelf and stuff. Store that sucker in the closet or whatever, your garage or whatever it is. Keep it, because you never know, you might need it later on down the road. But we were talking, and we want to discuss why do people overstock or overshop when it comes to natural disasters or anything like that. Yo, drop a comment in the comment box. Tell me what you think. Should it be first come first serve, or should it be you can only buy so much at that time? Because like I said, we always knew that around a time of a storm, it was going to be hectic to try to go in there and buy things for the house, or make sure you have food, or make sure you have either generator or water, whatever it is you need during that time. If you don't go basically the week of, when they start even talking about it, because some people, like, if it's even close, or like couple hundred miles, some 100 miles away, people are buying up stuff, and then the storm end up dying down, and then you stuck with a whole bunch of stuff in your refrigerator, which you didn't have any place for it, so you stuck with a whole bunch of stuff in your cabinet, whether you have what they call it, the closet. I forgot what the closet they call it, but I would say produce. No, what is a produce closet? Pantry. The pantry. Yeah, you stock your pantry with foods, crackers, What else? All these non-perishable items, beans, canned vegetables, and all this stuff. You have all of this stuff, and then you've stuck with all of this stuff, and you can't eat enough of it because it's just sitting there. And so most of the stuff don't be non-perishable. They be done get the stuff, and the stuff go bad. Then you done wasted money going in the store and buying all the stuff up like crazy. But we did some research, guys, and we seen that a psychiatrist gave us some thoughts on why people do that, why people overshop like that. And I got some information from a psychiatrist, Dr. Bart. I want to say his name right, Bargave or Bargov. We're gonna stay with that. It says the one reason is it's perfectly okay to be prepared. 2, it's not considered hoarding to go to the store and buy several items, as hoarding is a clinical condition. 3, stockpiling says more about anxiety levels than it does about the upcoming threat. And that's just one of the things the psychiatrist made a note of. It's just your anxiety like goes bonkers when I might be stuck in a storm, or I might we might lose our power or anything like that, and so you're so anxious to say, okay, let me make sure everything is taken care of, and then instead of really some of the stuff you should already have, really, when it comes to first aid kit, bottled water, a flashlight, because they tell you to stock up on that stuff just in case. Listen, sometimes we have little thunderstorms and stuff, the power goes out, so we need it even for then. And so we don't know how long it takes to get like the electricity back on. As you see in, I think it was Florida, in parts of Florida, they say it's going to take them a month or more to get power back to certain areas. And so in some areas you can't even reach because the bridges are collapsed. And so we get to a point where we're so anxious to make sure we have everything ready to go at that short period of time, probably maybe 2 to 3 days, maybe. But we going in the store, all the stores and stuff, and still, I don't know, guys, can you still kind of school me on this milk and what is bread, eggs, milk, and something else they tell you to get? I don't understand that, because if your power goes out and you have milk in your refrigerator, it's gonna go to the bad. Your eggs are gonna go bad, and so I never understood why they tell people to go ahead and get milk and eggs. I don't understand that, but that's over my head. But like I said, the anxiety is so built up where you end up getting so much stuff that you really can't use. And really, when you get to that point where you have a bunch of stuff in your house, and my thing is, give it to somebody. If you have it, don't let it go to the bad. Because somebody that might be, somebody's, only meal for that week, or, because we don't know, people's situation. And so we have so much we have an abundance of foods and things that we have in the house that we can't even, get to it before it goes bad. So, if you get to that point and you have a whole bunch of stuff in your refrigerator, like you can't even go shopping no more because so much stuff in here. Yo, give the stuff away. Don't let it go bad. Like I say, that might be somebody's only meal through that day. And like I said, you never know. And it says, also it says you might actually be buying more for your emotional needs. And it says anxiety, by definition, isn't. Excuse me, guys. Trying to read this thing is kind of small. Is an irrational fear. And it says, in terms of why we do it, one of it is good old FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. And it says the idea that somehow I'm going to miss out on what other people have. And that's true, because like I said, you got so much, you want to go get your stuff, and everybody else done got everything and then went shopping, and got their supplies and everything, and they're set. But you're here and you're trying to worry about where I got to go, how far I got to go, and who got it and who don't got it. And so, and then on top of that, I don't want to run out of gas, because y'all know when it gets hectic, they run out of gas for some apparent reason. And then so we like I said, we stuck. You can't go but so far because you got but so much gas in your car. So it's like you're stuck there. But yeah, it also says we all want to do right by ourselves. And it says we want to do right by our families. And it says, and when you see kind of a mob mentality of buying, it makes you think, what do they know? What do they know that I don't know? Okay, I don't understand that. But yeah, it says another reason for panic buying before a storm could be the sense of a lack of control. And when it says lack of control, they're not talking about, things that are in the house or things like that. But the lack of control is for that storm. Because like I said, we don't know how the storm is going to turn or where it's going to hit first or whatnot. And prime example, like just past week, they really didn't plan for the storm to go, of course, across Florida, then come back, west, and hit the, South Carolina coast, North Carolina, and on up. They weren't prepared for that, really, because everything was pointing towards, hitting Florida and going maybe straight up a little bit out west, northwest. And so people really in the Carolinas really weren't, paying too much attention to it, because like I say, they didn't foresee the storm, making the change like it did. How was the weather here? In the areas, the wind was high. Hey, Monty, come on in. Yo, drop a one in the comment box, see if you can hear me clearly. We're discussing storm preparation. Here where in my area, it wasn't that bad. I seen a couple of limbs that were down, but mostly that's all it was. And maybe if you had something that was kind of loose and anything that fly around in the yard and everything. But we were fortunate that we didn't get the heavy part. Hey, Angie, come on in. Drop a one in the comment box if you can hear me clearly. Drop a one in the comment box. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. Now where I went Sunday and we were on the road, we seen, in certain areas with trees, fell across the road and they had to clear it off. And so, and then there weren't really no big trees. It was like little smaller trees. But, so it really didn't, make that type of impact as it did, earlier that week at Florida. Like I said, we really weren't looking forward to make that adjustment, go out east and then come back west. It was kind of crazy because the whole time we sit here thinking like, okay, this storm is down there, and pray for people in Cuba down there because they got hit twice. and that was another crazy thing that I was seeing. I was like, how in the world that it happened like that? But like I said, we don't have control over what the storm is going to do. Only thing we can do is prepare ourselves just in case, because that's the same thing like insurance. Man, we sit here paying insurance for years and years and years, and I'm pretty sure you guys can attest to this. We paying for it, but we're not seeing where our insurance is until something happens. It just says the hysteria of Hurricane Ian, thank you, drove people to do unnecessary things. How is what's an unnecessary thing? You mean like people doing stuff like out of character, like what, stealing and stuff like that? Wait, Ian drove people, yeah. You can say it was some unnecessary things that people was doing around that time. Like I said, but if you have prepare yourself and have a plan. Yes. Another thing, have a plan with your family. Sit down. If you need to draw it out on a board or whatever it is. Sit down and have a plan. Say, okay, if this happens, this is what we do. If this happens, already have it planned out, mapped out what to do, what not to do. And it won't catch you off guard. Buying and shopping unnecessary. Yeah, that is the thing, because like I said, they bought up a whole bunch of stuff that's probably gonna go bad, and plus bread, because bread don't last that long. If you got some good bread, it's not gonna last long. But at the same point in time, like I said, people get over anxious when it comes to things like that. I don't know if you guys remember when Hurricane Hugo came. I think that was in the 90s. I was young. I was a little toddler. But yeah, if you guys remember, that storm was heavy. And it says we should already know hurricane season in the Carolina. Prepare early. Yes. And the thing is, they always talk about it, whether it's on the news or billboards or wherever you go on the radio. Unless you just in a dungeon with no light, no radio, no TV, no outside connection, then yeah, you won't know. But they have been giving us the reports of this is hurricane season and yada 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 and all the other good stuff. So they also show you things how to be prepared for and when it happens. Because like I said, we get anxious and we panic just because we don't have control. Like I said, control over the storm. We never know which way the storm is going to go, or who it's going to affect. But the only thing we can do is make sure we're ready if it does come our way. And so it says another thing. It says we don't really have control over a storm. It says though control going out and buying. I don't understand that. But it says, so the more out of control you feel, the more you have to be careful to not overbuy as a way of compensating for having lack of control. That's that word. There it is again, lack of control. So we don't have, like I said, we don't have control over the storms. We don't have control over whatever happens, earthquakes and stuff. And it's kind of strange that they're having so many earthquakes up there. I think it's near Lugolf or somewhere up there. And I mean, like back-to-back earthquakes, not no big tremors or opening up the ground and stuff like that. But like on a consistent basis, it's like they're having earthquakes. And so we're sitting here trying to figure it out, like what's really going on up there. And so, like I said, we don't have control over that. So the only thing we can do is make sure we prepare ourselves and prepare our family for things that to come. Sometimes things are going to catch you off guard because, like I said, you don't know what's going to happen at the time. Like you can have your old, and I'm matter of fact, prime example, that's seen on the news. We're South Carolina man. They had plans to go to, I think it was the Caribbeans or the Bahamas or somewhere down there, and not knowing, you're down here trying to enjoy yourself on a vacation, and wing bam boom, here's a storm coming. So you can't even get home. You have to wait because flights were canceled. Some flights diverted. I think his flight, when he actually got on a flight, it diverted all the way up to New York. So you pass South Carolina, pass a couple states. It's South Carolina, to go all the way to New York and jump on a plane and then come back to South Carolina to avoid, the remnant of the storm. And so, like I said, that I'm pretty sure the storm wasn't in their plan, in their very vacation plan. But at the same point in time, like I said, we don't know when it's going to happen. But if it does happen, and when it does happen, we just got to make sure, we're prepared. If you have to go out and collect things, small things, band-aids, flashlight and things like that, have a box sitting in the closet or wherever under the bed or something with all your supplies in. Tanja said, I have a friend that was stuck out to sea at sea. Yeah, and see, listen, on these boats, on these cruises, I've been on two. Yeah, two. And it was the same place, Bahamas, but one trip was longer than the other. But when we got on the open water, I think it was late that night, we were in bed. And so I woke up and I'm like, it feel like everything moving. And you come on a cruise ship, you know how the cruise ship, these things cut through water like hot knife through butter. Bessie says, like you said, don't wait for the storm, be prepared. That's right. And like I said, we weren't prepared for that. We were out on the water and I guess the winds got a little high. And for some apparent reason, we started feeling that boat was rocking. And when I say rocking, it's like rocking, like would probably knock you down if you trying to go down the hallway. Wow, it was in the middle of the storm. And I got a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little nervous because that's too much water to drink. I can't drink all of that. It's like this wind blowing and this ship is just going side to side and stuff like that. I'm like, man. But I can say this, the only good thing about that, about the boat, the ship rocking, it was just like I was in a cradle, a baby cradle, and it just rocked me to sleep, just from side to side. And they were the guys that was sharing the room with me. They were actually going like it was going against them, so they had to make sure they hold on before they roll out the bed. So I'm sitting there just rocking, and this thing just rocking me right back to sleep. And we going back to sleep because, oh Lord, what I'm gonna do? I like I say, that's too much water to drink. But it's all good though. We still enjoyed it. But like I said, that's one of the things you cannot, you don't know that's gonna happen because you have all your plans, of going this place and doing that and doing this. And let alone something comes out, out of nowhere, and it diverts your whole plan, and it's like you're caught, as I would say, caught like a deer in headlights and stuck, don't know what to do. But like I said, always have a plan, whether you're home or not home, where to go, what to do, and things of that nature. Even when you're traveling, you want to make sure you have, things in your car just in case, I got a spare in the back in the trunk, so just in case I got a flat, boom, here. Now if you can't change a tire, I hope you have AAA or some type of roadside assistance for somebody to come get y'all. So if you without a JDO tire, like I said, I hope you got AAA or something, or flag somebody down. I mean, I know, because nowadays you don't want to flag nobody down because people crazy now. But hopefully you got the spare tire just in case you got a flat. You got the insurance just in case you have an accident. And so some people say insurance is basically irrelevant, and to some people, yeah, it may seem irrelevant because you're putting your money, and your money is building up all throughout the years and years and years. And say for instance you never get in a car accident, it's like some insurance companies will allow you to take from that everything that you done put in it. They allow you to get so much, but at the same point in time, it's some insurance they don't touch that money until something happens. So I can see where both sides that say it's irrelevant and some says it's relevant just in case. Even with what is health insurance, if you don't go to no doctor and whatnot, you just throwing your money, giving your money, like really, when am I gonna see the fruits of the labor? Because I'm giving you money here and there all year long, every month, or where is this money going to? Like, are you taking my money and going on vacations and stuff like that? I don't know the procedure when it comes to insurance. Hey, Miss Land, come on in. Miss Rivers, come on in. We had to literally do different lines, so I'm glad you're back. But yeah, we're talking about storm preparation and just giving examples of how you be prepared for things that that you don't know may happen. Just like I say, just in case insurance, just in case something happens. So yes, that's what we have to do, as people, individuals, and with your family. So like I said, make sure your family knows your plan. Because like I said, we don't know when stuff happens or how stuff happens. But like I said, if you guys ever remember Hurricane Hugo, and some of you guys probably haven't, because that was like in the 90s. When it hit hard. I could actually literally feel the house was rocking from side to side. And being a kid at that age, it was like I woke up in the middle of the night because the lights were off. And it says they have certain disaster insurance policies that you can purchase. Yes, that is true. Now, like recently, you better get some flood insurance. Because they offer that now, just because of what happened recently, a few years ago with the flooding, and it was nasty. I mean, we had a lake in our backyard, so yeah. And some people, weren't that fortunate. Some people were affected, their homes, their businesses, and whatever it was, they were affected by it because at that point in time, there was no flood insurance that they can get. Because we weren't known for having, floods frequently. It would probably be something here or there or years later down the road. But now you go to, yes, you buy up some insurance, flood insurance, because that water don't play no games. That water started running, ain't no stopping it. So yeah, make sure you get that. But yeah, Hurricane Hugo. If you guys were in South Carolina, you probably are. Not far from South Carolina, you probably heard of it, if not. But to a kid, when I was young, you could hear the wind howling, and like it sounded like somebody's voice was basically talking. And I'm listening, and I'm like, man, I can't go back to sleep. Somebody help me, because I'm like, I hear about the freak out. I'm like, I'm hearing this thing. So I got my pillow on top of my head. I'm covered over top of my head. I'm like, come on, get through this night. But yeah, we had candles, we had food to eat, and we was fortunate enough that it wasn't as bad as it impacted some other people. I think that's the worst thing that we had, that the lights were out. Nothing really got damaged, too much. But like I said, we were fortunate. We were blessed to make it through, when a storm like that. And really, I was thinking, when they gave the report on Hurricane Ian, I was like, oh gosh. When I seen it around Florida, I was like, this thing is going to hit land and go back to water. This thing is going to get back stronger after, making that trip across Florida. So I was like, I'm praying. I was like, just don't let it be, don't let it be that bad. And, listen, you better know how to pray, because prayer works. Prayer works, I'm telling you. But we were blessed and fortunate that it didn't affect us as much as it did other folks. And like I say, when it comes down to storms or natural disasters or anything, emergency or whatever the case may be, make sure you prepare. Make sure you have a plan thought out, whatever you gotta do. And if you need assistance, it's like, if you need help when storms come, they have numbers that you can call besides just 911. But like I said, just make sure you're in a good place where you can withstand the storm or the natural disaster if and when it comes. But yeah, guys, drop your comment in the comment box. What do you think about these people buying up stuff in the store like this? It's just ridiculous. As it says, it doesn't cost to buy candles, batteries, and flashlight. Start a community effort by rallying with the schools and senior citizens in your area. Connect with local churches as well. I'm not sure if they do that here in North, but I believe they have something like that in Orangeburg County. I would have to I'm going to look into that, and we're going to find out when I come back tomorrow. Do the recap, and I'll give you some more information off of that. But yeah, guys, what do y'all think of these people? And it says not hoarding. My thing is hoarding, because you got stuff you cannot use, and it's just sitting there, and going to the bad. So what you guys think of this shopping thing? Do people over shop, or is just preparing, good preparation, for the storm? Y'all let me know. What are your thoughts on this over shopping? What they call it? Overstocking. Like overstocking your house. Your house got all like 4 or 5 different kinds of breads in it. You got whole milk, almond milk, 2% milk, low fat milk. All of this stuff. I'm like, yo, leave something for somebody else. Y'all know y'all not gonna use the stuff that like that. But yeah, it's okay to be prepared, but don't get over prepared. Good Lord. I'm like, people got buggies loaded with like foods and stuff. It's called big. That's what it is. Your eyes bigger than your stomach and bigger than your doggone refrigerator too. Gosh, it's crazy. And the crazy thing about it now, they do that now when it's not even a storm. It's like you see people with 2 and 3, almost 2 and 3 buggies full. Honey says fear will cause irrational decision making. That's so true. That's so true, because when fear hits us, we panic. We panic, and we don't know what to do, how to do it, and whatnot. And instead of just sitting down and thinking calmly, we get all anxious and all crazy and run around like what do you call it? Run around with your head chop off. Yeah, like a chicken with your head chop off. Just run around. If you got country guys seen some stuff like that, we've seen it now. You guys in the city, y'all might not have seen a chicken without a head. It runs around in the yard. But yeah, that's where they get that from. And it says people are being greedy and inconsiderate. I think when it comes to a point like that, I'm like, listen, if you got this much room in your house for this much food, 2 and 3 buggies load, I'm coming with you where you're at. I know where to shop at or get something. Can I borrow some sugar? Good Jesus, because I mean they just bare. All the aisles, they just bare. They have nothing on the shelves, and the stuff that you don't eat, and it seems like that. I don't know if that's just me. The stuff that you don't eat always be on the shelves, and stuff that you actually can eat or like to eat is always gone. But the stuff that you don't eat, don't even like, don't even have a taste for it, man, they got whole stock of it just sitting. Man, you might as well get it, because there's nothing else up there. But yeah, I think it becomes like overindulgent. Basically, you're not eating, but you overindulge in things that you can get. But my thing is, why get so much of it? Like I say, that's not that extreme. See, I told y'all don't know nothing about them country stuff. The chickens run. I've seen it personally. I've seen the chicken run around with his head just hanging like that. It's funny. It's funny and terrifying if you're a kid. But yeah, it's overindulgent because you got all of this stuff in your house or whatnot. And our thing is, if you got deep freezer, you straight. You're good. You can pack everything in deep freezer. You put everything in top of your refrigerator. But like I say, at the same point in time, let's be, considerate when it comes to things like that. You know what you can eat, what your house can hold, and things like that. Trina says, I'm too cheap to ever overbuy anything. So it's definitely the budgeting thing. Listen, I understand. That's one thing we never got into, like just buying stuff just because you can, and just having it sitting there. Now, when it comes to things that we actually need in the house and things like that, yeah, we go out and buy. And recently, I think it was the thing with the toilet paper. Listen, I think it was around during the floods or anything like. People bought toilet paper, and I'm thinking, what are they doing with all this toilet paper? Are they eating it? I'm like, you get toilet paper and stuff before you actually go out and get food. And so they had to, they literally put restrictions on how much toilet paper you could buy. And it's crazy that it got to that point, because you thinking, okay, do you really use the bathroom that much? Like, listen, back in the days, they taught us when you don't have toilet, when they didn't have toilet paper like that back then, Them rascals took some newspapers and all this other good stuff. Now the newspaper you had to rub together, and you know I seen it, but I didn't see them use it. But I seen how they rubbed the toilet paper. Nah, I'm saying toilet paper. Did I tell you it's tongue tied Tuesday? But I seen them took the newspaper and actually rub it together, you know, for a couple minutes and stuff. Then when you actually touch it, it's actually soft. But I don't know if it would have had to be, you know, that last resort to use toilet paper. Because there's nothing wrong with, you know, using a washcloth and washing a washcloth after you finish with it. I mean, they have wet wipes. So why not just take a washcloth and if you don't want it, do it your business, throw it away. It's just like toilet paper. You don't keep toilet paper, you wipe it and you throw it away and you drop it down in the drain. So I'm just saying. So listen, people, let's stop buying up all of this toilet paper like crazy. I don't know if you guys experienced that or saw that like firsthand. Like I said, they cleared the shelves with the toilet paper. And that was it. If you had to find other ways of, of cleaning themselves. But yeah, it's like I said, it comes. I believe it comes to a certain point where it's too, some things are just too much or you overdo it. A lot of times, like I said, just because one, you're afraid. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to, you know, go down at that point in time. But at the same point in time, we just have to use, you know, good judgment, and actually, you know, do things make decisions with a level head. Because like I say, when you get all excited and everything, your head is all over the place. So you don't know which way is forward, which way is back. But all we have to do is, you know, sit and with a calm mind and, you know, get things figured out. Monty says they did that at the beginning of the pandemic. Yes, that's what it was. We had to use paper towels for a week. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they were buying up every piece of toilet paper. And it's just the pandemic. Hey, Auntie, come on in. It's good to see you. We're here talking about storm preparation, and also how people overshop when it comes to, you know, natural disasters and stuff like that. And now we're talking about how people, you know, bought up so much toilet paper that they had to put a limit on how much you can buy during you said during the pandemic. Yeah. And so, like I said, my idea was they had to been eating this toilet paper for them to buy this much toilet paper, because ain't that much wiping in a world. If you use the bathroom like that, you might need to get a little check just in case. I'm just saying, because that's a lot. But and that's the crazy thing. Like, why are you going to buy toilet paper? You need to put some food in your house, because you don't know. You be in the house and you already know you can't come out. You stuck in the house for, I think it was like for a week or two, however long it was, that you couldn't, you know, be around people. And so it's like, so what you do? Just sit there and look at the toilet paper the whole time, or make little paper maches and all kind of stuff. I don't know. It baffled me for people buying that much toilet paper. I said, Lord. You know what? You're not the first one to tell me that. I look like my mom. That's it. It says it is. However, women wipe more than men. Yeah, that is right. But that much toilet paper is like crucial. If you go in and buy you a whole pack of roll of toilet paper, like if everybody go in, buy a pack or two, because some people like to, you know, make sure they're good for a while. I'm pretty sure if you were stuck in the house at that moment, you could have, you know, got somebody, you know, that you know, family members or friends, whoever it is, and get them to go to the store. If you on the verge before, matter of fact, you're on the verge of running out, you know, have them to go get it for you. I mean, that way everybody would have had decent amount of toilet paper instead of buying up everything. You got a whole room full of toilet paper. You won't have to go to the store for like months. I agree with you. it does get a little like frustrating because you know you don't go in the store that often like that. But if you need to go in the store at the time that you need to go in there, there's nothing for you to get, and it becomes frustrating. And you know, you get a little anxious because now you have to figure out where to go or talk to somebody, be like, get the word from somebody whether they have it at this store or whatever, and then you end up going to the next town or the next city, wherever you have to go, and it's really, yeah, it's a headache. Some people just take it to the extreme. That is true. Like I said, we've seen people like buggies loads of foods and all other stuff. Well, basically it was foods because we know how people was getting stuff. The government was issuing out, those stamps, as they call it. They call it snaps now. And like I said, they were buying everything that was on the shelves. You couldn't find chicken, you couldn't find beef, you couldn't find milk. What was bread? All the stuff that you need in the house, you couldn't find it because everybody done like loaded up. Your car full of groceries, then you go home and then Lord knows how much you're gonna end up throwing away because it goes to the bad. But yeah, let's not, like I said, let's not take it to the extreme. Just make sure we have a plan already thought out, and they know which way to go, who to call, or who to get in contact with. And that's another thing. Make sure you have a contact list just in case you need to go to this relative house, or even your neighbors. Sometimes you have neighbors like that they don't mind helping you out. But yeah, make sure you have a plan already set out. There's nothing wrong with preparing yourself. Like I say, everything is just in case. Have your box ready with all of your supplies, your flashlight, candles, bottled water, anything that don't go to the bad. And you know what? Hold up. I got a question, because I have literally seen expiration dates on some water bottles. Now, help me understand. Does the expiration, what does that mean? Does it lose a certain taste, or does it go down the feel of it? What is it? Says just get what you need, don't overdo it. Amen. We agree on that. I'm pretty sure everybody on here agrees with that. Yeah. Yeah, that's some stuff people do is like why? You just be trying to figure out why. But yeah, they do that. But no, I'm not going to finish that. No, I ain't even gonna go that way. But yeah, let's not overdo it. Outdated, yeah, the outdated water. I've seen expiration dates on water bottles. I'm trying to figure out like what is it about water that what is it? Make it, like I said, does it make it taste different, or what? Or does my thing is, does it have chemicals in it? If you got a doggone expiration date on it, help me understand. I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but yeah, check some of your water bottles. Some of the water bottles, some of the waters, they do have expiration dates on it. And yeah, that kind of baffled me big time. Just go to the Healing Springs and get you some water. Listen, I think that haven't been to the well in a little minute now. He usually goes and fill up water bottles, but for some reason he hasn't made that trip lately. So we gonna talk to him and see what's up with that. But yeah, like I said, have your water, your bottled water in a box. Have your radio, whether it's battery or they do have some where you crank to get power. Says some of it does have chemicals. Thank you. So now I know what not to drink. Only spring water for me. Listen, we may have to make that true. Because I can't be drinking something that's supposed to be good, and they just done jacked it up, and you all, yeah. Like prime example, the where they advertising on TV now about Camp Lejeune, like the water was toxic. And all these people, they got all these conditions, cancer and all stuff that, where they were affected by it, where they thought something was safe to use and to drink. And it comes out that the whole time it was basically bad. It had chemicals in it. And it made a lot of people sick and came down with different illnesses. So now they got it where, hey, if you were affected by this, if you was in Camp Lejeune for such and such time, they want you to call the law office and see if you have a legitimate case. So, like I said, let's watch what we're intaking when it comes to that too. Like I said, have your flashlight, your extra batteries, your radio. Make sure your phone is charged. If you have, and some people, I know you guys have portable chargers now. Make sure they're fully charged, because trust me, they come in handy. I had to use mine a couple times, and it really worked out for me. So and that comes with all that comes with planning things out and making sure everything is situated. But guys, listen, I have a surprise for you guys, for the ones that were here during the live. The ones that were here, I do have a gift for you guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to ask you guys to jump on my inbox here on Pure Chat Live, or my personal inbox. Give me your name and your address if you want to receive your gift. Trust me, I'm not coming to anybody's house so it would be the UPS, FedEx, or whoever brings you your mail. But I just want to bless you guys with so it's nothing major, but it's just a gift to say thank you guys for joining us, because this is an off day and I'm usually on Monday. So to be here on Tuesday and you guys still show and come and support, I really appreciate you guys. And I just want to give you guys my show you guys my appreciation with the gift. So make sure you guys drop your name and your address in the inbox, not on here, not the comment. Just go to the inbox, and you know who you were. So don't be trying to tell me I was on there and then I had to go do no, you have to be on here. So yes, but like I said, thank you guys for joining us on this off day. But if you guys like what you heard, what you seen, make sure you're clicking the like button. Make sure you're sharing it with somebody that you know, somebody you don't know, your family, your friends, your enemies, your group page, and all that other good stuff. Share it with somebody. But guys, I will be back here again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. to do a recap, and we will get that information on how about the numbers to call, as far as storm preparation. So we'll be back here tomorrow 7 p.m. back here for a Recap Wednesday. And if you guys have any ideas or topic suggestions, make sure you get it to me by 11:59 p.m. that Saturday evening. Make sure you get it to me 11:59 p.m. that Saturday evening. Make sure you get your topic in. Guys, we already got our next topic, and I'm going to post it this week, so you guys will have ample enough time, to get your thoughts together and bring your ideas and all that good stuff. Yes, want to hear you guys. Shoot, if you want to get on here, live and join me, come on. You don't have to do the video. You can do the audio, guys. I know you guys are kind of, some of you guys don't like to talk or show your faces, and I don't know what's up. But I had to get out of that because we had a public speaking class, and it was a grade to talk in front of people. So we had to get over our fear. If you guys, like I said, if you want to jump on live, you can come on, and we'll do a group discussion where everybody can just let it roll. But we'll be back with you guys on tomorrow at 7 p.m. for a Recap Wednesday. And for the ones that won't be on their Wednesday, we will be back here again next Monday 7 p.m. If nothing else comes up, guys, I will let you know, give you a heads up, so you won't be looking for it and be like all over the place. Because I had a lot of people that like, did you go live? Did I miss it and stuff? I was like, yeah, nah, you didn't miss it. But like I said, we had to take care of fatherly duties, so it's all good. Everything's good in the wood. Yeah, I can't say in the hood because we're not in the hood. Sorry. But yeah, if you guys don't be back here, if you don't join us this Wednesday, we will see you guys. Hopefully you guys will be back with us Monday at 7 p.m. here on Pure Chat Live. Like I said, guys, I am your host, Damian Jackson. And thank you guys. Love you guys. Make sure you give me your information. Inbox it. Listen, hold on. Let's make sure we get this. Inbox me either here on the page, inbox, not the comment box, or my personal inbox, Messenger. So if you don't have Messenger, you can actually, we have Instagram, TikTok, and we do have email. You can email us at purechatlive@gmail.com. Yo, good night, sis. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy birthday to you. Hopefully you enjoying your day or your week. Go ahead and celebrate the whole month. That's this October. We October babies. Yes. Love it. But yeah, guys, make sure you give me your information so I can, share with you guys a gift of appreciation to you guys for joining us on this all day. We were saying terrific Tuesday. We would say tongue-tied Tuesday because I couldn't get my words together. But thank you guys for joining us. We love you guys. Stay safe. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Peace.